Hello, and welcome to another episode of What the F. Now, this week's episode is actually inspired by a friend of mine, Shauna Connolly's her name, Ellie Jaden on Twitter, and her YouTube channel as well is under that name, Ellie Jaden, so check it out, great videos. She did a video there recently and went on a bit of a rant about what gets on her nerves, what's her beefs, what fucking annoys her. And again, the hard thing I find about making these videos is that I find it difficult to think about what should I talk about. So I thought, apologies for the rip-off, Sean. I thought I'll throw in my 2 cents there and talk about what gets on my nerves. Now, I made a list, but unfortunately it was a long fucking list. There's a lot that annoys me. I could do videos for the next 3 to 4 weeks on what gets on my nerves, but again, we don't have that long. So I just narrowed it down to 10 things. So hopefully I'll get through them as quick as possible and just why they annoy me. Yeah, so the first one is one that I've had for a long time and I don't quite understand it myself either. My first beef is odd numbers. Now everyone has their pet peeves, things they like, things they don't like. Odd numbers is one of mine. And I don't for the life of me know why I don't like things to be odd. The only odd number that I find acceptable is the number 3. But everything else after 3, 1, 9, 11, and so on and so forth, I can't stand it. To the point where if I buy a packet of sweets, I count the sweets, and if there's 11, I'll either offer one to somebody or just throw it away. Because that way then I'll have 10. If there's 11 in the packet, I'll have 10. And I don't know why that is. I can't think back. Was there a moment in my life where this became obvious? Fuck if I know. I can't for the life of me think why that is. It just annoys me. I'm just irritated by an odd number. Like if I'm watching a DVD box set of a TV show, I have to watch 2 episodes. I can't not watch just 1. Again, odd number. I have to watch 2. And it penetrates into everything. Anything to do with odd numbers, be it DVD box sets or a packet of sweets or anything like that. I prefer to avoid them because I'm uncomfortable with it. It's not I wouldn't necessarily say it's a phobia. It's not a fear. I'm not afraid. It's just for some reason it's wrong. It's out of place. I don't like it, and things have to be even in terms of numbers. So that's that. But the second one is one I think everyone can fucking relate to, is people who take too long deciding what to order at takeaways. Excuse me. Now, we've all been there, be it McDonald's or just a generic fast food place, where you're standing behind the guy who stares at the menu and just goes, it's just, you almost feel like either slapping him or just going, will you hurry the fuck up? Like that's one of the scenes in a comedy show called Black Books that I found hysterical, starring Dylan Moran. And in the episode, I'm thinking about he was working behind the counter of a fast food place, and a guy comes in and stares at the menu and just starts going and he just starts, will you get on with it? Because we all feel like that when we encounter that guy, when that guy's ahead of us and we want something, we know what we fucking want. It's just the fucker in front of us doesn't. And he bloody just stares at the menu and it doesn't take hard to fucking read it. And it just annoys the hell out of me. They take forever, and again the fucker behind you and the fucker behind them also irritated at whoever's in front of them. And I'm just like, look, don't be annoyed with me. The fucker in front is just staring at the menu like he can't read it. So that really fucking gets me going, as you can see. But number 3 on the list, people who are shopping and stand in the same spot staring at the shelf. Again, something we probably all encounter, particularly at Christmas time. Now, as much as I love Christmas, I hate shopping. Because the difference between a man and a woman is a man, when he goes shopping, knows precisely what he wants, and he wants to go in, get it, and leave. Women like to linger. They like to window shop, look at things. But it gets me when I'm shopping, again, particularly at Christmas, when I'm looking at the shelves and there's just somebody standing there rooted to the spot, just staring at the shelf like they're fucking expecting the object they want to hover off the shelf towards them. And sometimes get the fucking urge to like, will you get out of the way, because there might be something in that area of the shelf that I want to look at and maybe even reach to get. And the few times that I have come crossed somebody who's staring at the shelf, they're like, what the hell? And I'm like, you were doing nothing. You just stood there staring. There was something up there I wanted. I fucking went to get it. So I hate that. Really fucking gets on my nerves now. Now, number 4 is one of my pet peeves that I had for a long time. I think I mentioned it in a previous video. I'm not sure, but it's musicals. Now, I can count on one hand the amount of musicals that I can just about tolerate, because they're actually very good. One is Les Miserables. The other one is Rocky Horror Picture Show. And the other one is a musical I haven't seen, but I'd love to see. I have the soundtrack of it, and it's called Book of Mormon, written by the guys who created South Park. The soundtrack is hysterical. I'd love to see it sometime. But musicals in general, I don't get it. It annoys me. Like, I was able to suspend my dislike of musicals for a while and start watching Glee, because I like the music in Glee. But then the ugly mug of hating the musicals reared its ugly, and that's why I don't watch Glee. Because I just don't understand. Like, I prefer, if I'm watching a play or a movie, I prefer the play to just move along, dialogue, action, whatever, just move along with the plot. Don't stop to fucking sing. Like, I mean, one of the things that put me off Glee was, I can't remember what season this was, and I think it might have been the first season. There was an episode where they were washing cars, and two of the characters, I think it was Kurt and Mercedes. Mercedes had a thing for Kurt, but Kurt's gay. And when she thinks Kurt has a thing for her, and when Kurt reveals that he doesn't, and it's Kurt's car they're washing, she smashes the window. No, in reality, you smash the window of a car, you fucking run. You do a runner, you don't want to be caught. What does this fucking woman do? She sticks around to fucking sing about it. And again, you just broke a car window, run for the fucking hills. And it's like that in other musicals. I recently went to see Pride and Prejudice, the musical. I didn't even know there was one. But I went to see it, and there's an instance in the play where they're talking about going to Brighton to meet eligible men or something. Brighton now is a place in England. Now they're talking about going to this place, and they launch into a 6 to 7 minute song about how they're going to Brighton and how great Brighton is. About 60 seconds into the song, I was like, I get it. You like Brighton. It's a great place. Move the fuck along. It's just like, it ruins the story for me. Like, what I mean? It's just, I don't understand. Like, geez, will you stop singing about it and just say it? Do you really need to sing? I mean, I've had friends tell me, Dave, they're musicals. I'm like, I know. I mean, in the case of Glee, I understand when they're in the choir room, they gotta sing. But when they're out in the street, average Joe Soap just going about their daily business, there's no need to fucking sing. They're just going about their daily business. It's just, again, it's just like, it's the constant thought that's in my head when I watch music. When I see any musical, I'm just say it. Don't sing, say it, move on. Okay. The next on the list is people who don't flush the toilet after using it. Now, everyone fucking hates that. It's one of the things I don't like, and everyone hates it. Especially in, like, public toilets, like on trains or planes or the public toilets that be on the streets. Everyone fucking hates just walking and going, for fuck's sake. And it looks fucking horrible. And most 9 times out of 10, I see that in the toilet, I leave. I'm like, I can't. It's fucking horrible. It's unhygienic, and it's just rude. You go to the toilet, you fucking flush. Simple as that. Now, the 6th one is religious hypocrites. Now, I could rant for an hour on why that is, and why I don't like that. I mean, I think everybody does. A lot of the things I've already listed, most people would agree with me, I think. But if one thing that gets me about religion is how hypocritical it can be. Now, I'm an atheist, but I respect people's right to believe in whatever they want. It's up to them. They believe what they believe, fair enough. But the hypocrisy of religion is what turned me off it in the first place. I mean, because they say one thing and they say, well hang on, for instance, in the case of like Muslims in Islam, they have to wear that Punjabi thing. I don't know what it's really called. Forgive any Muslim viewers that see this, but I don't really know what it's called. It's hijab or something, where they've got to cover themselves, the burqa and all that stuff. Now, I've spoken to Muslims. I'm reading Malala Yousafzai's book right now, the 16-year-old girl who was shot by the Taliban. And everything I've read about Muslim or spoken to people about Islam seems to indicate that the Quran says nothing whatsoever about covering a woman up. There's nothing in it that says you must cover her face, you must cover her body. Nothing. Yet these people preach it like it's a religious thing. They say, we live our lives by the Quran. I'd be like, hang on a fucking minute. There's nothing in the Quran about covering shit up. That's just a man thing. Men don't want their other men looking at their woman. Simple as fucking that. And it brings to mind recently. I had a bit of a Twitter war. This was a while back, actually, not recently. With a member of the Westboro Baptist Church, the shiny, happy, God hates fags religion in America. They protest at funerals and think gays are evil and are responsible for fucking everything in the world. That's bad. It's gays' fault according to them. But I recently, I follow some of them on Twitter because it's hysterical to hear these people talk. And one of them tweeted the usual psychotic rant, I fucking call it. About, Jesus hates this, God hates that, and everyone who doesn't believe so going to hell and all that. And I tweeted her back, Yale Phelps, I think her name. I tweeted her back and I said, you say that like it's a bad thing. Because I questioned her, I said, listen, if you do good, if you're a good person, you go to heaven, right? But if you're a bad person, you go to hell. That's their basic credo. Now, if I'm a bad person, I lie, I cheat, I steal, I'm just a nasty person in general. I'm not really, but I'm just saying if I was. If I go to hell, why would the devil punish me? I mean, surely the devil would fucking love me. I'm one of his guys. I mean, I heard that from a guy, comedian Jim Jeffries. He said the same thing. He's like, why would the devil punish you? You're one of his boys. He's gonna fucking love you. And I said, well, surely you should go to heaven if you're a bad guy to be punished. Why were you going to go to the bad place where fucking the devil will probably love you? And then she tweeted back, oh, Jesus will punish you. Jesus will cast you down. He'll fucking punish you. So I tweeted, hang on a sec. Does that mean Jesus is in hell? And she just tweeted me back saying, you're an idiot. But it's questions like that that put me off religion. It's the hypocrisy of it. You had the Catholic Church for years fucking preaching about all this. You live your life by the doctrine, do this, when they're doing anything but. They're talking about, celibacy. Don't be celibate. Don't have sex. Well, meanwhile, you had Bishop Eamon Casey happily shagging his brains out in America. And then you had a lot of priests who were fucking raping children. I don't like to say child abuse because that's call it what it fucking is. It's raping kids. And that's what they were doing. And then they'd rape a child, then go to the pulpit the next day and go, lead good lives. It's just the hypocrisy of these people is ridiculous. They talk about it and then what they do is contrary to their fucking behavior. Right. So the next one is people who talk in the cinema. Again, another one everyone can relate to. I don't like it. It's just stupid. You go into the movie, lights go down, you're watching a movie, you're enjoying it, and then you have fuckers who are fucking talking. Sometimes a mobile phone might go off, and they're talking. It annoys me. It happened recently. It happened a while back at the first Star Trek movie that J.J. Abrams made. The movie was playing, and there was a couple sitting behind me, and the guy and the girl clearly wasn't a Trekkie. The guy wasn't. He was trying to explain it. And I felt like I almost turned around and started saying, look, this, now will you shut up? So, but it is irritating because you're there watching a movie, you want it to be quiet, you want to see things. So it's, again, annoying as hell. Right, now the next one is people who push ahead of you at the bar. Again, all related to that. It's like you can be standing at the bar for ages and some fucker just elbows in and kind of shoves out of the way. It's almost like queue jumping. Everyone hates it. It's like, your mind, boy. I've been here ages. I'm not fucking letting you in front of me. And it's just rude. Good manners, for Christ's sake. Don't push anyone out of the way. Don't jump the queue. You'll get served. Just fucking be patient. Are you that quick to fucking damage your liver that you want to shove someone out of the way to do it? So just, manners is all it is. The penultimate one, number 9, people who assume I know the answer to a question when I clearly don't. Now that gets me because sometimes people ask me stuff and I tell them I don't know. But then they keep talking about the subject, and they ask me again. I'm like, I don't know. I haven't a clue. I find it a waste of my time and theirs. When they ask me a question, I'm like, I don't know the answer. Don't ask me again. Because they seem to have some kind of amnesia. They ask the question, I answer, I don't know. Then they rant and rave a bit again, and then they ask me again. I'm like, again, I said the first time, I don't fucking know. So, again, I'd rather people didn't do that. And the last one, again, this video is pretty long, but last one is people who insist on talking to me when it's obvious that I'm either not interested in what they're saying or that I'm just not listening. I'm baffled by people who love the sound of their own voice so much that they'll talk even when they look at the person. I mean, I could be sitting there, rolling my eyes to heaven, holding up a middle finger to the face of them, and they'll just still talk. People love to talk. I love to talk, that's fucking obvious. But it just annoys me that when it's obvious I'm not interested or that I'm not listening. I mean, sometimes I'll be sitting at home and I'll have my iPod on. I'll be on my iPod listening to my music, and my dad will just talk to me. My dad will start talking, and he'll keep talking. And I'm looking at him thinking, can you not see headphones, music playing? I can't hear you. Why the hell are you talking to me? Not just my dad. People do it. Like, you know, it's an annoying thing. And it's sad for the person who's talking. Because, like, you're wasting all this time talking to me, telling me your opinion, when it's clearly obvious I ain't listening. So just stop. I'd rather you did. Right, well, I think that's the end of that video. Again, I like to rant. But, again, there was a lot. This could have been a hell of a lot longer video than it is, so I think I'll cut it off here. So, feel free to leave comments. Let me know what you think. And also, I'd like to put out a special request to anyone who watches this video. Please do leave a comment. And what I'd like you to do is maybe suggest a topic. If you've watched all the videos I've made so far, let me maybe suggest something to me that I haven't talked about. Because that's the hardest thing I find. Thinking, what am I going to talk about? So if you do watch this video, please leave a comment telling me suggesting a subject, a topic. I mean, I'll always be thinking and always try and make a list of stuff. The list of topics I have is short. So, and it's tough coming up with new ones. So, you know, leave a comment, let me know what you think, and suggest something to me maybe. Right? Right, well, that's it, I suppose. Take care, and I'll see you next week. So, bye-bye.